Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new here. For the video today, I wanted to sit down, catch you up to speed on where I've been since my last video, since I've been a little bit MIA, and also chat about a product that I've been using a lot lately, and just share a quick review at the start here. So I'm going to talk about the product first. It was sent to me for review by the company, but I genuinely do love it and wanted to share my experience with you. I've been using it a lot, which kind of ties into why I've been MIA. I've been a bit unwell with my endo and adenomyosis lately. Both, or one of them, has been flaring up and I've been in a lot of pain. I've been on my period, so this has really come in handy. Now, what it actually is a TENS machine. So I think they call it the TENS Band or TENS device by Zoe Tech. But what it is a TENS machine. I know I've spoken about these before on my channel and how they do sort of help, or they can help with chronic pain or abdominal pain, back pain, and I think technically some other areas around the body, but certainly those are the areas that this machine, and as far as I know most machines made for period pain, will target. This one I've gotten a lot of use out of in the span of a week and a half because I've been on my period and in a flare-up. So I'm just going to open it up. While I've been using it, I did put it back in the box, but I've just got the box here, not too big. I do like the color, so I like to keep things like this to sort of store stuff in, if that isn't too strange. But I've just got everything inside here. Now I'll sort of break down what's inside with the actual machine first. It's just a little instruction book. Now when I got it, it wasn't assembled. It's actually really quick to put together, but the machine is on the front of this sticky pad. And it's just held on by snaps, which I thought was pretty cool. Like what you might find on a piece of clothing or something like that. But it is pretty sturdy. I'm just gonna... Can you sort of see that? It just clips in and off. On and off. Anyway, this is the machine. It's pretty small. It's kind of like the size of a cookie, but very light as well. And I like the fact that it's pretty sturdy with the snaps. I know that sounds like a very, very random thing to bring up and keep talking about, but it just feels like it's not going to fall apart. So I've got the machine, and then also obviously one sticky pad that it attaches onto and then attaches onto the body with. And they also sent a couple spares. I got 4 in total, so that should definitely last a while. I was reading in the manual that each of these sticky pads is meant to stay sticky and be used for about 30 sessions, so I think that's pretty good. I've just clipped this back on so it's a bit easier to see all up. I will say I really do love the color, and I kind of like the fact that it looks like it's on little wings. It's just quite cute. And then obviously it is completely cordless when it's being used. You do charge it up, which I will say on a side note, they gave the cable and also the plug, which I thought was quite useful. Like, I don't often get, like anytime I get some sort of device, I feel like they don't normally give you one of these, so that's quite useful. I've charged it up and it's lasted me the whole week. Again, I've probably used it about, I've lost track, but I think it was about 12 times. And I saw in the booklet that apparently it's meant to last 12 times per charge. So I'm going to use it again probably today and see if I have any more charge left or how many times. I suppose the amount of usage you get per charge would depend on how high the setting goes. Now I realized on that note, maybe I've jumped the gun on just calling it a TENS machine. In case you don't know what that is, or if you've not heard of it before, I'll put a bit of information up on screen here with the sciencey stuff. TENS, I think it actually stands for something, but the easy way to describe it is it's a machine that puts out a current. I know that sounds a little bit scary maybe. It feels similar to a vibration, but not really. You feel it more deep inside your muscles. I feel it in my back when I've got pain, and also my abdomen when I've got pain as well. And it just disrupts the pain feeling, if that makes sense. However, this machine is a little bit different because it's actually got different settings of the pulses. So I really liked that. I noted down all the different setting names in my phone, so it was easier to find, but they explained it all in the booklet as well. But the 6 settings are scraping, tapping, acupuncture, cupping, tai chi, and kneading. And I know maybe that's a little bit hard to imagine any of those sensations, but my two favorites would have to be the cupping and the tai chi. I noted that down. It's really easy to change the settings as well. After turning it on with that middle power button there, you can just keep pressing that middle power button to get the different setting that you want, and then of course the plus and minus, change it up and down for the frequency. So it's pretty foolproof and easy to use. Now, while I have said this was sent to me for free, I do truly love it. I wouldn't talk about anything like this if I didn't. I've gotten a lot of use out of it and can really see myself using it a lot in the future, both at home when I need pain relief, just when I want to skip the heat pack, because sometimes they can cause burns. I know recently, up until I got this, I was definitely relying on my heat pack too much and got pretty bad burns on my stomach, but this doesn't really have any negative side effect. It's very simple. You just turn it on, use it, and then charge it. So I hope this information was helpful if you also struggle with chronic pain in some capacity, or even just painful periods if you don't have a condition like me, because I think it would genuinely help. Based on my experience, it does. And if you wanted to pick up one of these from Zoe Tech, they were kind enough to obviously gift it to me for free, but also share a good discount code for me to give to you today. It is Rebekka25. I've got that up on the screen at the moment. So Rebekka, just the spelling of my first name, and then also 25 for 25% off. So I'll make sure I've got that on screen down below as well, and the link to the website if you want to check that out. But I just wanted to thank Zoe Tech again for sending this to me, because it's really been helping me out the past week. In fact, I think I'm going to put it on now that I'm showing it. Again, I don't know how much charge I have left before I have to charge it again. Alright, that's better. I'm just going to sit and relax now and finish what's left of my coffee. So I want to take this opportunity to catch up with you as well. I know I've said, obviously, I've been on my period, and even before that I was in hideous amounts of pain, so I'm not kidding, this machine has come at a good time. But another thing that's been a little bit weird lately, apart from the pain, is the fact I haven't been working. And it's not because I've called in sick this time, it's because I haven't been able to work. If you're watching this video recent to when I put it up, you will probably have heard about the flooding that has occurred in like southern or southeast Queensland and also northern New South Wales. I live not too close, not too far from Brisbane. I work in Brisbane, and I haven't been able to get there because of all of the flooding. Now, you might be able to tell it is a sunny day out there. So the rain has stopped where I live. I think it's still continuing in New South Wales in some parts, which is pretty bad, obviously. I can't put into words how bad it is, because there are towns that are literally underwater. I'll put in some pictures. I have no words. My heart goes out to them. I can't imagine what that's like. I just want to stress now that I do feel very lucky that I wasn't greatly affected in this flooding. Kind of the main things that we experienced were being flooded out for a couple days, which again, that subsided. The bushland behind my house kind of converted into a lake for a couple days, and when they got a little bit of rainfall damage in our roof and one of our walls. But certainly I feel like we got away very lucky. There's a lot of people who have lost everything, which is just so heartbreaking. I feel like turning on the news, or more realistically looking at Instagram lately, is quite depressing in an empathetic way. I feel very sorry for everyone who has lost even family members, because I know people are dying in the floods. And then on the other side of the world, everything going on in the Ukraine. I don't want to turn this into a video where it's just negative talk, but I'm looking into ways to sort of help people overseas. I do want to do something charity-wise. I'm not sure yet, I will admit, but I want to do something. And in the meantime, for here, I have spent my time while I've been away from work, when I've had the energy, finding pieces of clothing that I'm not wearing. As I culled my wardrobe, I also thought it would be a good opportunity to find things that I'm not using, which I can happily donate to people who have lost everything. So that's actually something I really need to do. I've got everything set aside, but I need to find a drop-off point. Alright, I had to stop myself there. I don't know if you know this about me, but I am a very empathetic person. It feels weird to say that, but I feel greatly for anyone suffering. I just do. I know we all do in some capacity, but it's to the extent, especially with my hormones right now, from all the contraception I have to take and the fact I'm on my period, I don't want this video to be the one where I cry on camera. But I think the main point I was trying to make before was, if we have the capacity to help, I feel it's our duty as human beings to help each other. And that's the only point I wanted to make there. I've done little baby steps in terms of gathering supplies, and I might even seek out if there's specific things that people are asking for in the flooded areas and take it to a drop-off zone. And I will look into some charities in terms of helping those in the Ukraine. Alright, the last point I wanted to talk about in this video today is the fact that all month long in March is Endometriosis Awareness Month, and I haven't posted anything online about it yet, but I wanted to talk about it here. I know that I speak about it somewhat regularly. I know at the start of the video, certainly, I said it was one of the conditions I experienced. And in the month of March, basically, a lot of people are talking about it. I think there's more of a push for donations to certain charities, and a lot of people are just in the zone of raising awareness. I think a lot of the times I talk about my experience, and perhaps I don't go too in depth on what other people can experience or the science behind it. So I thought I'd take this time here to ask if you have any questions about endometriosis, whether it is pain, diagnosis, treatment, anything along those lines, please leave it in a comment down below, because I think for this month I might do a couple videos on the subject, potentially a Q&A if there's enough questions, because my goal for this month would be to make other videos on the topic as I said, and I suppose raise awareness in more of a productive way. Another thing I thought I'd mention is a new book that I picked up. This is Endo Unfiltered by Erin Barnett. I haven't read the whole thing, but it didn't come out too long ago. Oh look, I'm only a little chunk in, but I grabbed this as soon as I saw it in bookstores. I think it came out a couple weeks ago, or at the very least it was available to me a couple weeks ago. I picked it up. I always love to support other endo warriors, anyone else suffering with the disease, and raising awareness I find quite helpful. So I'm just starting this and I enjoy it. I think it's a pretty good resource. I actually have another book that I really like right by me, How to Endo by Bridget Hustwaite. But yeah, another book. I feel like there's a couple of things that I really like for education, reading, audiobooks. There's a podcast. I'm gonna look it up now. Alright, so this is it here. I feel like I haven't spoken too much about the things that I take in. I know I've spoken about the How to Endo book, but I thought I'd mention this because it's kind of new, and this podcast I listen to all the time. It is Living with Endo. I'll make sure I just put it properly on the screen here, but this is a pretty good podcast. I feel like they haven't been doing regular episodes lately, but there's a lot of them in the back catalogue, so I think that's quite useful. And then the last piece of content I wanted to talk about, because I'm on the subject, is a video that I saw in my recommended recently. It's by a YouTuber that is very big, but I don't actually watch him. Right, I've got it here, but again, I'll just put it on the screen for ease of seeing. It is by Anthony Padilla. I think that's how you say his name, because I have heard of him obviously, but I just don't actively watch him. I did obviously see though he did one of his videos in his series of spending the day with, and this time it was people with endometriosis, and I thought that was quite interesting to see. I watched the video and I found it quite interesting and informative. I think it could also be very helpful for anyone who knows nothing about the disease, as a very easy way to learn and absorb. I like the fact as well, it's obviously someone with a big platform talking about this subject, because little channels like myself, teeny weeny channels like myself I should say, and other small YouTubers around, even some of the bigger ones that might touch on this subject here and there, because I think, is that British YouTuber Molly May? I think she's spoken a little bit about the fact she has this condition. I think gigantic platforms people giving the opportunity to others who experience this and can share their stories is just so helpful to see. But with that, I think I am all rambled out. I'm just going to finish up the video here. Like I said, I do have a little bit of charity research to do, and then when I'm done, this will be my reward, having a little bit more of a read. But I just wanted to thank you so much for watching this video today. Hopefully you found it entertaining or informative in some ways. again, I just wanted to thank Zoe Tech for sending me the device. Again, if you wanted to grab one, that discount code is Rebecca25. But like I said, I will be leaving you here. So I just wanted to thank you so much again for watching. I really hope you enjoyed it. Please give me a thumbs up if you did, and subscribe if you haven't already. But like I said, I will be leaving you here, and hopefully I'll see you next time. Bye!